Oh, I did it
I was
already.
trying to put. Yeah, you go ahead and add you to the stage. Alrighty, I think we're live. There we go. Hey, hey, hey! It is Friday morning. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, thank you, Lord, for Fridays. And this Friday in particular, because we're here. We are here. We are here. We're here. Thank you, Lord, because we're still here. Friday morning, October 25th. Right, lots of expirations and such are happening today. We're going to talk about what we could potentially see in the market today and a little bit of stuff for next week. And yeah, and then we'll cut this off and go on about our way and about our day. Good morning, Jamie. Welcome to the call. Welcome to our E2T Morning Show.
Welcome to the morning show. We got games. All right.
Sing it, brother. Sing it. Sing it, brother. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So we're letting all the platforms invite the people in. Welcome Facebook. Welcome Twitter. Welcome YouTube. And welcome, who's my other one? That's all, everybody. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I didn't invite Instagram today.
That's the whole crew.
That's the whole crew. All right, Jamie.
Facebook would invite Instagram, but that's a whole different situation.
No, the Instagram invite takes so much more effort. It takes so many more steps.
Facebook would do it automatically since they own them.
Oh, you would think, but no, I have to go into Instagram and push start the live, and then I got to go over there and grab the connection key, and then I got it's 3 or 4 extra steps.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, redonkulous. In the words of Eddie Murphy or the donkey, it's redonkulous.
Streamline, people.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So just so y'all know, the not that anybody cares, but the ship owner in the Baltimore bridge collapse agrees to pay $102 million for that cleanup.
The ship owner?
The ship owner.
Oh.
$102 million. Thank you, sir.
Millie.
Yeah, we appreciate that, but don't you think we appreciate that? But I was, we probably would have filed some type of complaint if you hadn't. Because it wasn't that was messing everything up.
I thought there was some conspiracies that the bridge actually was scheduled to blow and the boat didn't really hit it enough to make it do that. That there was explosive that went off before the boat actually touched it. Did we ever hear any more about that?
Nah, man, I didn't even dig into it too deep. All I knew is once I saw what the issue was, the first thing popped in my mind was, another bottleneck.
Another bottleneck.
Because anytime you're dealing with ports, soon as anything happened, it's gonna be you can expect a delay of some type of shipment.
Yeah.
So I didn't even.
Well, see, I think they were talking about the fact that the bridge was actually empty, like it was scheduled for this work to be done, and it worked out where this boat supposedly hit it or whatever, but that it was already like rigged to blow, if that makes sense.
This sounds like some Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner type situation happening.
I don't know what that noise is on my computer, to be honest.
Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Okay. We got the futures, Dow futures. Everything is up right now in our early morning, fresh off the open. The Asia Pacific markets are mixed, mostly up. The Nikkei and the Nifty 50 are the only two that are down. Nikkei being down 0.60% and Nifty 50 being down 0.90%. And for Europe, mostly up. And FTSE and CAC are the only two down, and they're not down by that much, actually. Apparently, Mercedes and Remy Control down as earnings disappoint. No surprise there. So currently, it's up on the Dow Jones, the S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, with the NASDAQ being up the most. The VIX is down 3.72%. It is at 18.37. So here's what happened today, or shall I say for this morning, on the earnings. It was New York Community Bank Corp, Colgate, Piper Sandler, Wisdom Tree, SAIA, Portland General Electric, Newell Brands, Centene Corporation. I don't know what booze Allen Hamilton does, but I'm assuming it is not referring to beer. And then those were the ones that reported this morning. I'm assuming. I mean, you know.
Good assumption.
So we got our calendar for its factory. Guess what? We got the orange folders, core durable good orders month over month, the durable good orders month over month, and the revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment. We got 3 orange folders. The first 2 are 8:30, 10 o'clock is the revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment. And then the revised University of Michigan inflation expectations. That is a yellow folder at 10 o'clock as well. Day 5 of the IMF meetings, which is an International Monetary Fund. At 11 o'clock, FOMC member Collins speaks, and that is a yellow folder. So the IMF meetings and Collins speaking is yellow folders, right? For investing.com. 1 star over here for the IMF meetings. Then the good orders, non-defense, excluding air, is 1 star. That was 1 star. Neutral impact to the economy. Let me see. Good orders, non-defense, excluding air. The durables, excluding defense, month over month for September was 1 star. The durable goods orders month over month for September was 3 stars. And the core durable goods orders over month for September was 2 stars. Those last 2 were came in better than projected. So positive impact on the economy, neutral for the durables excluding defense, and excluding, and the non-defense excluding air was neutral impact. Over here, there's 2 stars for the Michigan 1-year inflation and 5-year inflation expectations, as well as the consumer expectations for October. Those are all 2 stars being reported. In 8 minutes, the consumer sentiment for Michigan, 2 stars over here. And then we got Michigan current conditions. That's 1 star. This should sound familiar. Atlanta Fed GDP now. That is 2 stars. And then Collins speaking is 1 star. The other thing that's over here that doesn't show up on the other page is the U.S. Baker Hughes oil rig count. The total rig count, both of those are 2 stars, happening at 1 o'clock. And then at 3:30, 3:30, we have our usual CFTC speculative net positions. And that's with aluminum, copper, corn, crude oil, gold, NASDAQ 100, natural gas, S&P 500, silver, soybeans, wheat. All of those are in there, and those are mostly 1 stars, except for the S&P 500, NASDAQ, gold, and crude oil. I can't say that we see any direct impact with these specifically. I'm not saying that they're not a factor, but I am saying that, if your entry time is going to be around power hour, it wouldn't hurt to see if there's any type of news or anything like that happening as it relates to these over here. So it's just something to take a peek at, player. You ready with your Mancini or no?
I cannot get the thing to act right, so not yet.
It's not acting right. All right. So here's what happened this morning so far. Let me switch this to SPX.
I am going to use I'm going to look at this converter. We'll talk about the converter so that way, everybody's equipped to do their own converting.
All right.
We can do that.
You want to do that now?
We can.
It's up to you. I was going to do the what's happening with SPX. It's filling a gap.
Okay, wait a minute. Well, but there's definitely a gap. It gapped up for sure.
Well, I'm saying it's filling the gap from about 2 days ago.
Oh, it's filling the gap from a couple of days ago, you saying?
Yep.
Okay, let me take over. Okay. Is that noise on my end? Oh my goodness.
Sure is.
That is irritating, and I don't even know where it's coming from. Okay, so if you look at this, we got a converter. Thank you to Tiva for giving us the converter. It's basically a converter that goes from, I'll put the link in the chat. It converts SPX and ES. It's called a SPY converter, but this one converts SPX and ES, which is what we look at Adam's numbers, and Adam is the ES trader, but we want to know what SPX is. Excuse me. I'm going to make sure I can see both of these. We can see Adams. I got to figure out what that is. Oh my. Okay. And then we've got the converter here. We basically use the link. I put it in the comments, into our comments. So Adam says here, great follow through on ES, which of course we do SPX. Can y'all see that? Let me make this a little bit bigger. Today, the plan, let's go here. Today, the plan, as per newsletter or morning tweet, for the breakout to 58.81 is the first target. So we're going to put in here in the converter, we'll put in 58.81 as the first target. And here it says we convert that to, let me see if I can make it any bigger. There we go. We convert it to 58.26. So then it said to break out to 58.26. And so you substitute the 58.81 with 58.26 here. First target, 58.92 is the second target. So if we put in 58.92, that converts to 58.53. Well, where are we now in SPX? Where are we now in SPX? Are we at 58.53? Looks like in SPX, looks like it's on this side. We're at 58.51. So he said this was the second target would be 58.53, and we're almost there at this point, right? If we hit 58.81 right away, which was 58.26. I usually take these numbers and I change these to something different. So like I would put here, this would be 58.26, but now I couldn't get the software to act right. This is 26. 58.26, and then this one was 58.53 according to the converter. Okay, we hit it right away. Then we're coming into 58.92, which is the same thing as this 53. It's been a good run. Any more upside now is a bonus today. Protect your profits. 59.02 is the next above. So let's go back to the converter. 59. Of course, I would always do this behind the scenes and y'all wouldn't see all this activity. But I didn't even do it this way. I would go and get the number and do the math. But 58.62 is the conversion. So if we went back over here, 5, 8, 6, 2. 5, 8, 6, 2, 6, 2. There we go. 58.62 is next above. 58.65 is support. So now we're going back to the converter. 58.65 is the support, which is the 58.26, which we got from up here. No, that's not the same. Why is it saying 58.65 is the same as that? 58.26. That doesn't make sense. Okay, let's try again. 58.65 converted to 58. Well, how was 58.81 converting to that? That's not the way that goes. 58.42. This is 42. Ah la la. That's 58.42. And this is 58.26. Sixes are hard to draw through 29. That's a 9. It's hard to draw on using the pad. Okay, so these are what we come up with. 58.81 is also, we don't care about that first target, but it was 58.42 here. Okay, so let's read it all together now that I've made the conversions. Okay, great follow through. Today, the plan, as per the newsletter morning tweet, was a breakout to 58.42. It should be 42 is our first target. 58.53 was second target. We hit 58.42 right away. Then we're coming into 58.53. It's been a good run. Any more upside now is a bonus for today. Protect your profits. 58.62 is next above. 58.26 to 29 is support. If you're doing XSP would be 586. On the call side, 586 on the call side, and the support would be 582. Looks like that seems like a really close range, but there we go. Is on the put credit spread side. If you're doing XSP, all right. That was a down and dirty way to provide you with the resource because my Snagit doesn't want to work right. So we'll just do what we do, make it do what it do. We'll make it do what it do. Okay. Questions along the way. Along the way. I always ask that to students who can't respond immediately. My kids in class can respond. SoFi and Palantir are on a run. Okay. Takes to convert. ES minus the current SPX is the difference. Yep. Hey, morning, Drew. How you doing? Palantir CEO is quite rogue. SoFi is on the up before earnings. Oh, yeah. SoFi's been moving. Okay. Jamie, you want to go back? Take back over? I need to figure out what's going on with that noise.
Yeah, I don't know what you over there doing.
Me neither.
No clue. It sounds like some kind of alert, though.
Yeah, it is an alert, but I don't see what it's alert, like what it's alert. I think it may be Discord, but I've closed the Discord, but it's still making the noises. Okay.
Ready.
Oh, sorry. I added myself to the stage. I shouldn't have. Sorry. There you go.
We have SPX that is, I don't want to accuse it of showing off, but it is taking off like it's
like it's got something to prove.
Ghetto superstar. Yeah, like what are you doing? So it has definitely broken out. So if you're wondering, that has in fact happened. And it has done a good job of running, but of course, at 58.60, there is a parity line, and 58.64, so that might be an area where it could turn around. But as of right now, we got the 15-minute chart, green candles. It is taking off and fill this gap right here from the 20. Right? Russell 2000. Russell 2000 has not taken off the same way that SPX has. Russell been kind of tripping. I'm used to Russell being a little more volatile and I've been a little disappointed the last couple weeks. I've been needing a little bit more volatility. So this is
the
not
volatility is where you get the decent premiums. Without that volatility, the premiums are,
Tell me about it. So this is not broken out of its 15 minutes quite yet, but above and below current price for Russell, there are two gaps that I see. This one over here is the seller's gap from the 22nd, and this is the buyer's gap from yesterday. So when it gapped up, so it's sandwiched right now. Right, I know some of us trade SPY. We'll take a look at SPY. Get a look, see it's SPY. And okay, all right. So we talked about SPY the other day, and we want to be aware of this gap right here, and the fact that we're at high. We're so close to highs right now that some of anything could be about to happen. So be careful. This is a buyer's gap with so much activity up here in the seller zone. I mean, how could you not consider that zone to be getting weaker? Right? So that's something that I will be watching out for. Yeah, it's a lot of activity up there. So with this being a little bit of a buffer, 581, 579, it's only a couple dollars. I don't know what the ATR for SPY is, but what's that? I don't know what that is, but that is definitely something to, let's see. Calculator and the SPY. Let's see what SPY talking about. 529 is what I see as the ATR.
It's got a 2.2 implied volatility for the day, but it also has the market mover is $2 more, so plus minus 2. So you can say like plus minus 4. You said 5. That's still close enough,
Well, I was going by the ATR. I'm not sure.
That'll work too. They're similar.
You
looking at for Monday, that puts you at like 5.8, 5.9. Is that what you said?
I was just looking at whatever was the current ATR. I hadn't looked at the option chain yet.
You said 5.9?
5.29.
Okay. All right.
In terms of the at least on Thinkorswim, the implied volatility number, if you're doing Monday, is 3.8. I'll definitely be doing the put credit spread. Well, might as well consider doing the 0 DTE right now. But if you were doing something for Monday, one of us would be down here at 79% out the money. And
79 is good.
You're the one of us I'm talking about. I would be at 83%. So that would be 14 cents. $14 on $100 collateral. I'll be right up under there on that put credit spread. Okay. Yeah. What time do you have to leave?
I don't today, but we still want to keep it pushing.
So the answer to my question is, we'll be shutting down at what time?
When we finish.
Okay. All right. So that's SPX, not SXP, RUT, and SPY. I was looking to see if there was anything that anyone posted in terms of tickers. I don't see I keep seeing GM thinking that it's General Motors. It is not. That stands for good morning.
I'm going to look at our trade for the week.
Okay. Palantir, I saw in there. They are, in fact, taking off. Look at the monthly. Palantir is at their highs.
Watermelon sugar high.
That's something. Okay.
Watermelon sugar high.
Be fancy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't nobody hate on them. That is what they're doing right now. So, as far as I'm concerned, they got a buyer zone that you can put somewhere in here. This was the other zone, but if you wanted to update it, you could update it possibly by going here. Leg, well, you can do leg in, two in the base, leg out, or smaller leg in, base, leg out with one revisit. But I would definitely say they still haven't. They're still looking for their seller zone area since they're so high up. I wouldn't be messing around with the call credit spread right now. That's just me. What y'all do with your money is your business. Anybody remember when SoFi used to be under like $5?
$5 make you holler. It was, and it wasn't a whole long time ago.
Seemed like it was.
They get ready to have earnings a couple days, I think, too.
Straight yesteryear.
What their current price? Did you see what SoFi's current price is?
No, but I'm about to switch over to them in a second. I'm just looking to see what a one spread would be on Palantir. 11 cents collected on $100 collateral for expiration for next week.
I don't know. SoFi might come back down and fill this gap.
$11. 11. I think it's SoFi trying to hold this on. Oh, look at you, baby that grew up. Yeah.
Oh,
there are some buyers down here, man. In that $6 range, though. There's definitely some buyers down there. But they have decided to push on up. It's gonna be interesting to see what this. They keep not SoFi, but the administration keeps kicking around this, student loan forgiveness stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how that impacts SoFi coming up. But I will say I'm kind of getting tired of them talking about that stuff but not actually implementing.
Wow, one person will implement and then another part of the body of the government will shut it down.
I thought you was going to say the body of Christ.
Now
you're going to say another part of the body of Christ shuts it down. Like, you know what that makes sense? That's exactly what's going to happen.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
So we have these.
Wow.
We have these gaps in here. These buyer gaps in here, so we definitely have some support happening just in general. Again, something to watch as they continue to climb. They're kind of got to go back a little bit on their chart to find something higher up. But look how long they based, man. This is a nice little time frame of going sideways. Man. So let's see. I'm just trying to find the next step.
It hasn't been able to sustain over $11. And even now it went up above 11 today, up to almost 11.30, but it's pulling back. It's going to go fill. It seems like it wants to fill the gap that it created this morning.
Yeah, this is 11:05. I don't like this formation, and with these two humongous candles right here, doing that. Let me just check and see what else we got as other options, if we have any. Yeah, on the 4-hour chart. So I just switched this to the 4-hour chart, and I can see a couple different formations there.
Mm-hmm. That's what 1150. 1170 was the top. It didn't sustain past there yet. It hadn't been able to put out of that spot. It's going to need a strong catalyst, and earnings could be that catalyst that can push it across. Especially now that people are, back interested in it again. And earnings, people buying it, who was watching at 5 and now will say, oh, $11 is a great thing to do. Can help push it across.
Yeah, so for 11.15 or 11.11 price right here is what I'm looking at. We got this as one seller zone up here, and you can also do this cheer right up under it.
Yeah, 11.11 is where it currently is right now, hanging right around there.
So we'll do something like that. Leg in, base leg out. And that'll at least give you some you a zone up there. Ooh. Gotta go up even higher. The blood of Jesus. All right, so sorry, my mom pops out every once in a while. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said 11.13.
Yep.
It's like
right
in there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Man.
Told you was a master charter.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
When parents say, when moms say that, it sounds like they try to be funny.
I'm not trying to be funny. You always feel like I do try to be funny a lot of times, but it's usually when I'm talking about your skills, I'm not trying to be funny.
Sarcastic. You did such a good job, baby. When your mama she really want to be like, yeah, I gotta boost his ego a little bit. Let me just let him lost, but he won in my heart. Is what happened.
Oh my goodness. Okay, in this case, I'm not trying to be funny.
In this case, that's okay. Well, thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. We got what is this? 1.4. So I'll be looking right here for one spread. 82% out the money. This is on $100. So that's 50-cent spread. Is that right? No, this is a one spread. It's $100. So I'll be doing increase that to 10 and get me 10%. And you can always wait until it comes down a little bit, and the premium's a little bit higher as it gets closer. But I'll be looking at this. So those are the two that I saw in the chat box. So there's definitely some opportunity right now. I'm having a little crisis situation myself. So, I shouldn't say crisis, but that's what it feels like.
Say crisis. What is going on?
The other half of one of mine didn't feel. So I'm like half ready to cuss Russell out and half ready to bail on the straight. So I have nothing else, Alyssa. So I guess that would be anything else you want to do.
Yep, I'm ready to take over the reins. Jamie was just looking at SoFi. Looks like it is coming back down to fill the gap that it created this morning. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yes, you can. This is the gap. Remember, close of a candle to the open of the next. But it's definitely at the bottom of the VWAP at this point. VWAP is still kind of forming. It's 45 minutes in, so it's still forming its way, right? So, but this gap is looking like it's trying to fill. So there's that on SoFi. 1111 was the place, right, that Jamie was mentioning. 1111 was the bottom of where this wick dropped right down to 1111 and then popped back up, and then now it's back down in that range again. All right, let's talk about our potential trade of the week. Not really the day per se. Trade of the week. I don't think we have too many people who do zero DTE. There's a lot of course, risk associated. Great thing about zero DTE for us is we are the sellers, and as sellers, we can benefit from theta decay. So I was looking at, which now the one I was looking at is not at the top of this list, but I was looking at Nike. And I was looking at Target for next week, Nike and Target. So let's go and see. Let's go see what these two would offer us. The Target one looked really good. I'm still going to go back to it because, okay, come on. Let's move, buddy. There we go. We'll look at the Nike one first. Daily chart. Oh, that's too big. I need to make it smaller. Okay. Nike showed up on the neutral list, probably because it's been doing this for all these days. Nike's on neutral now. You know, Nike kind of fell down. They changed their CEO, did some stuff, and now they've been on the move again. This is the gap that was created back when they had earnings. They bumped into it a little bit and come back down. So I will put them in the, you can put them in the, from that standpoint, bearish category, but they're right between this zone here. Price level of $78 here. And then if you want to watch the gap and see the gap here, it goes up as high as $89. Don't think we need to go as high as that. And then really our support, we've got resistance at 84. Okay, put your back where you go. And we've got some more down in this area of this gap that was left in the 80, 81. There's another gap in here between these two. So got like 81 and 78. Let's go look at what the numbers say. Looking at next Friday, delta about 28 would be 78, which is where we were looking at on the chart. Delta over here of 29 would be 81, which is what we saw on the chart. Look at there. 78 and 81. Switching over to vertical, 78. Next Friday, Nike's paying $20. Nike, what do we got? 77, 78, put credit spread, paying $20. And we'll push this on in. And then 81, 82, paying another $20. I'm putting it in the chat too. That's why I'm taking the time to type over here. Call credit spread, another $20. What's this? 11/1 expiration. 11/1 expiration. I'm giving my students a test on 11/1. They was, when I told them yesterday their test was next Friday, they all started looking crazy. Don't look at me crazy. Bring your booty to class and pay attention while you're here. Do that. Do that. Okay. Before I go to talk about Target, I did want to talk about what trades we already had going this week. Do you all see that this Netflix trade, the Netflix trade is okay? This was the Netflix trade. We did an iron condor on Netflix. I want to say we entered it Monday or Tuesday. Anybody remember which day we went through? Might have been yesterday. No, I think it was the day before that. Anyway, we put our Netflix iron condor on earlier this week, and it's looking good. So let's say our mark here, these two, the put credit spread, Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Everybody can see the letters. Can see how big stuff is. Okay, very large. The put credit spread side is now worth about $9. Looks like we took in $37 and it's worth $9 now. And we had two of them. So we took in $37 times 2. We can put this as 9. You could change this to $5 if you want to. This is upside down. It needs to be positive. A debit of, which means it's really worthless. A debit of $5. I'm going to confirm and send, and let's see what it looks like up here in the. Yeah, see, it's actually worth negative. Well, it was worth negative money. It closed for $1. So we took in $37 times 2, which was $74, and we just closed it for $1. So we kept 72 of those dollars on the put credit spread side of Netflix. Now the call credit spread side is a little more upside down because the current price of Netflix is $7.66, which is closer to in proximity to this. Now, pre-market, it was in a better position to close, which means this is something, of course, when you're doing these live, you would watch them more closely. You wouldn't just wait till Friday, right, Janae? You wouldn't just wait till Friday trying to ink out every dollar you could get out of this. You would actually close it when it was ready to close. Looks like here we took in about $90 on this. We received $90 in premiums there. And now it's currently worth 102. We don't want that, right? So let's go ahead and maybe put in our close order, which is something you usually do ahead of time. Actually, is put in your close orders earlier in. This is when it gets to the close order, you just are done, right? We took in 90. If we go down to 45, that means we're keeping 50%. I'll change it to 30. But really, when the price is at the place where you can get it closed for a reasonable amount, you go ahead and close it. Go ahead and close it. Because right now, we took in 90 and it's worth 116. And the price is dancing a little too close to our strike for my comfort level with Netflix. It could actually keep moving, and you don't want that. So you look at the chart to see what's it doing. What is Netflix doing on the chart today? Right, it's a green day going. We've got 770 as our strike, so we'd have to keep in mind what is it actually doing today, and it's climbing. 770. It's coming right into this resistance area, though. If you see over here, this is some resistance. It's coming right into there, so that could give you some encouragement. And if for another level, you are 769.29. This is another resistance area right up here. So those could give you a little comfort, but it really would have been better to close it yesterday when it was down in here. It would have been better to close it then versus waiting till today to get all this is what I was saying. I'm not sure if Mr. Mack is listening. On our call last night, I was saying you could have a good trade going all week, and then you wait till Friday. Friday decides it's bullish, and your good trade that was fine all week long is now not so good. And that's not what we're after. Whenever these trades, as a credit spread is ready to close, you want to close because expiration is what matters. So if it's ready to close and you can buy it back and close it, then you should do that. Because if it gets back to your price or your strike at expiration, then it's going to close where it closes. And that's not what we're after. Okay, that's Netflix. We got to order in to close our Netflix. Nike is what I just put on. SoFi is there. Oh, XOP. We put XOP in earlier this week as well, and it is ready to close. Looks like between these two, the put credit spread side, we took in $26. We took in $26 on the put credit spread side, and it is now worth $0. We'd have to put 1 in here if we're trying to close it because it won't close for 0. You can't buy something for nothing, right? So we took in 26. We closed for $1. That means we're keeping 25 of those dollars. And then let's go to the call credit spread side of XOP. XOP was the ETF we talked about, right? The energy XOP was the energy ETF. We took in, looks like $17. 42 minus 25 is 17. We took in $17, and it's currently worth $17. right? We don't want to close it for exactly what we entered for, $17. I'm going to put 05. I'm going to put $5. We'll close it. We already got our $25 from the other side. So we don't need to wait till this, gets all the way down to the druthers. What is your overall iron condor? We took in 26 plus 17. So we took in $43. If we keep over half of that, if we already keeping 25, so we're already past the halfway point, right? A little bit past the halfway point. So we don't need to try to keep all of this. Yes, we want to get all our money. I get it. But we're going to use wisdom too. You don't want to have a good put credit spread side go well, and then your call credit spread side doesn't, because you won't close. See, it's at 135.31 and our strike price is 136. So now we got to look at the chart and see what's happening on XOP to see, should we hold on or should we go ahead and close it now? Sometimes you think about, I should go ahead and close it now. Okay, that's the gap that was created. We gapped up, dropped down, and now it's going on back up out of the gap. It hasn't filled this entire gap yet. So now you got to say, okay, what's the best thing to do as far as protecting this trade? Okay, is it going past? We're in the 30-minute window. This is a 30-minute candle. It's not closed yet. It's going to close in a minute. But you look to see, is this going to turn back before my 136? 136 is what we have as our strike price. Looks like this candle went up to 136 and pulled back. You could, of course, hope and believe it's going to go up there again. If it goes up there again, it will also pull back. All right, you could do that as well, but we want to be wise about that. All right, everybody clear on what I'm talking about there? Okay, let's go back to monitor on the other. AbbVie was one. Actually, we closed the AbbVie this morning. We also opened that this week. AbbVie closed for $3. I can't even see what we took in, what we did, because it closed already. It closed for $3 this morning. But the AV Go trade is still dancing. This the 187, actually last night when we were looking at the call, it was breached, but price has come back down. The call credit spread side was ready to close. We're going to close it for the $1. And the put credit spread side of AV Gold, we got 175 as our put strike. Is above 175 now, but we want to go see. We want to go see, how is AV Gold at the 175? Is it going to stay above 175? It's climbing this morning, so the chances that it will is good, but now you got to watch it. This is one of the things about Fridays that your girl don't like, is that you got to be, they say they can be so close, and you're like, ah. So if it could have been closed a previous day, like all these times right here, that call credit spread could have been closed before today. Could have been closed. Well, no, sorry. The put credit spread is what you were worried about, because these numbers are down. Call credit spread would have been up in here. The put credit spread could have closed when price was up in here. Whenever it's ready, a side is ready to close, you should close it. And these iron condors can be closed separately. They don't have to be closed as an iron condor. They can be closed as an independent put credit spread close, call credit spread close. Okay, let's go look at Target. That's our trade for next week. We're going to look at Target. Okay. Let's put us on the daily chart. Y'all still here? Y'all quiet? Everybody going into their trading. They saying, bump you talking too long. Is that what y'all saying? This is Target. Look at that Target. 148 is the support area. There's some gaps. This one's partially closed. Another gap happened this morning. There would be some resistance at 156 area from these few touches. Now let's go look at the single. November the 1st on Target. Okay, delta of, you could go at 148 or 149. 148, 26 delta. Ward says I'm here. All right. Tiva says we're here. Why is Elon talking to Putin? I'll let you figure that one out on your own. 148 on the put credit spread side. for target and the delta of 27 to 155. So 148 and 155 on a target iron condor. 148, 147, 148. I won't do this one first. I'm going to do the other side first, which it doesn't really matter which side you do first. If you're doing iron condors, you would like to see that it's, when it's approaching the support, you enter. When it's approaching resistance, you enter. You would want to do that. But I'm going to start with this one over here. And that the only reason I'm starting with this one is because it's a 2.5 spread. So I'm going to have to put up a little more collateral. Then I can do 2 of the other side because they're a 1 spread. All right. So 155, 157.5 is $47. I'm going to take it up to 50. Nice round 20% return on my 2.5 spread. Right? It may or may not pick up. Anytime you adjust this number over here, you have to give it a little more time to pick up because it was currently at $47, right? And I've adjusted it to 50. So it may take a little longer in live. Now, sim will feel fast a lot of times, but in your live, it might take a little longer. So I put up a 2.5 spread. I'm taking in $50 for a 2.5 spread, right? Using that collateral. Now, if I'm going to go over here to 147, 148, this is a 1 spread. So I can do 2 of these using that same money. Okay, I put up $250 of collateral on the call credit spread side. Now I can do 2 of these. It's going to be $200, but I can use that same money. Okay, $20 a piece for 2 of them means I'm going to take $44 more. I'm going to take in about $90 using 250 of collateral. So 250 minus, I don't have a place I can write. I need to be able to write. Let me go to the chart. That way I can put a little text box on here. Okay, if we're looking at target and put me a text box. Nope, I want a text box. There we go. $250 is the spread minus the $50 for the call credit spread minus the $44 for the put credit spreads. That's total 22 times 2 equals 200 minus 44 is what? 155, 156, $156, $50 of collateral from you. Okay, you're putting up $156 of collateral from you for this trade. You do your iron condor. You put up 250, take in 50 on one side, 44 on the other side. That means you only have to put up $156 of your collateral or your buying power per contract. Per contract. I'm going to put this here. Nope, I didn't want another one. I just wanted to work with that one. Collateral, buying power, from you per contract. So if you do more than one, you multiply these numbers. You multiply these numbers. If you wanted to do multiples, then you multiply it times multiples. All righty. All righty. That was target. Let me see if anything of interest has popped up in our area. These are the alerts from Peakbot. These alerts are $5 a week. You can see these alerts at any time, right? If you're looking on just one side is open, that means these are put credit spreads. If just the other side is open, these are call credit spreads. If both sides are uncovered, that means it's neutral and you can do an iron condor. It's neutral and you can do an iron condor. I like looking at the return on investment. QCOM has 27. Labu had 27. When I looked at target, it said 29. So you can look, this can help you look to see, if I'm putting up my collateral, what kind of return could I look at? Now they've got a wider spread than I'm talking about, but if you see these return on investments, that still gives you a good indication at where would be a good place to put in your resources. Where do I want to put up my money? And then, of course, you have the iron condors down here, the 1 DTEs of all the indices if you want to do those. All right. All righty. Chart your way to 100K. It's currently at $72. Chart your way to 100K is currently at $72. Basically, it's chart and trade, not chart your way to 100K, chart and trade. It is starting on 11/11. It's starting 11/11. We've got 6 weeks of training for charting, technical analysis, and strategies. 6 weeks to help us close this year strong and to, let me see, I'll make this bigger. There we go. Close this year strong and get you set for a strong, powerful 2025, right? It's a combination of chart your way to 100K and the options 411. The price started at $1. Our dollar participant is Ward. He's on the call right now. And it's gone up by $1 for every person who signed up and got into the program. Some people paid $2, $3, $8, $10, $12, $30, $50, and now the price is $72. But it's a program that is worth more than $497. See, we got 6 weeks. Charting foundations, options basics, advanced charting techniques, which will include indicators and some patterns, intro to option strategies, calls and puts, selling calls and puts, then seller strategies for credit spreads, combining charts and options, right? Putting these two things together and then scaling up. All righty. That's what we got going here. Why this program? We're going to hit straight to the basics. Pew, pew. Let's get it. Let's get it. All righty. What's included? 6 weeks, weekly assignments, private trading community. If you have signed up for Chart and Trade already and you haven't joined the Facebook group, you need to go back and check your emails so you can join the Facebook group. We got bonus resources along the way and special pricing. It went up by $1 again, over and over. And now we're at $72. So if you're trying to think about getting in, you might not want to delay. If you aren't already in, don't delay. That way you can get on in and be a part of it at this great price. Okay. There is that. What's SPX? What's SoFi doing before we close up? SoFi still coming on down into the gap. It's dropped down. It went down as low as $11. $11 will play support because it was a bumping place before where it wouldn't go above that. So now it may play support when it tries to come back down into that area. That's SoFi for those of you who are watching it and watching the gap fill. I actually, while we were talking about it, I put the gap fill in my sim. Let me see where that SoFi trade is. It's in my sim. I've made $2 whole. Yes. On the gap fill. I picked next Friday expiration and did a put to go down through the gap. We'll see how that plays out. All right. Okay, everyone. We're going to wind it up. 10:40. We never last this long because I'll be teaching by now. Oh my goodness. I'm teaching by now. Okay, so where are we? There we are. I can remove this and just leave us. All righty, everyone. Definitely want to go into the market, which you all are already there. That's why y'all ain't even commenting anymore. And watch your trades. Be wise. Do what?
Please stop.
Stop what?
Y'all in the market. That's why y'all ain't commenting anymore. These people are commenting.
I don't see any more comments.
Oh my God.
Either way, you're supposed to be in the market. That's what we're here for, to be in the market. You're in the market because you're supposed to be, right? So, y'all go ahead. You have a great green day. Let's stay green. Let's get this money. For those who are in the community, be sure to send messages if you need them, and we'll work along the way. See where we are. What's the SoFi trade again? So SoFi, I did a put on SoFi. Just a straight put, but I feel like a call credit spread would work. Let me put it back on the screen. A call credit spread would work on SoFi. Let me go back to the chart and let's go to SoFi. A call credit spread, because it's pulling right up here. It's bumping up. But if your earnings for SoFi is on the 29th, which will be like Tuesday or Wednesday. So it may not be the best time to do a call credit spread for next week because the anticipation is that earnings is going to bump it up, that earnings is going to run. So if you do a call credit spread and get on top of it, and then it runs up through that earnings, that could potentially not work for you. So the safer place would be to do a put credit spread. But he's coming into earnings. So either way, you're going to be taking on the risk of earnings. But let's go see what the numbers look like for next week for SoFi. If we're doing a put credit spread, you got a probability out of the money. I probably will go down to 9.5. I don't know what kind of money is going to be down here, but let's look. Put credit spread 9.5. I would turn it into a one spread. Not 8. I want 8.5. It's paying $9. I personally would feel a little more frisky with 9.5, 10, just because 10 had like a 70-something% probability to have the money. I would be more fine with that. SoFi, a 9-10 put credit spread. Okay, so I put it in the chat. So SoFi, 9-10 PCS or 8.5, 9.5. 8.5, 9.5 will be, it's not going to pay as much, but it will be a little less risky. The 9-10 is going to pay $18 for next week, for next Friday. Ward says, I was so impressed. I was left speechless. I got to find my declaration because my computer, my plan today, I told Jamie, my plan today is to get into my new computer and have it up and running, because that's really been the limiter. Y'all know I had got new computers. And then when I got ready to go, I said, I got started figuring out all the stuff I had to put on them to make sure they could run smooth. They could run smooth. And I was like, so just to take enough time to do it has been, but I'm doing it today. It's happening today because today, it's happening today. No questions asked. It's happening today. I'm working on finding our declaration. Do we know it by heart? We say it every day. Do we know our declaration by heart? Jamie, can you recite our declaration by heart? Crickets.
I'm not even
Jamie.
so sure. I'm not so sure I can still do this Pledge of Allegiance by heart.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And to the republic for which it stands.
One nation.
Under God, indivisible.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. So, E2T Trader's Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war and our fingers to fight. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. All right. Thank you, Janae, for always making sure that we do the stuff that we're supposed to do. Tiva said, I stopped trying to memorize anything years ago. You're welcome, Lisa. Putting the brain to the test, baby. All righty, everybody, do two things today. Stay green and get this money. Okay, remember to close those trades. Don't be spending your whole day staring at screens if you don't have to. Close them up. All right. All right, everybody. We'll talk soon. I'll see you in the market. See you in the market. Asta. See you, Jamie.
See you later.
Bye.